Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, there is just no space to attack? Don't worry, there are key details that you're missing out that pro players use to break down defenses easily and consistently, and I'm going to show you that. Guys, the first thing you need to focus on is the micro movement, and I'll explain it. Most players pass and wait, but remember, football is all about movement. Every time you pass the ball, you should be thinking, where do I go next? Should I trigger a run? Should I move into the space? Pro players are never static. The moment they make a pass, they are already repositioning for the next move. So a quick fix will be to always move your player after passing. Even a small adjustment changes passing angles massively. But I wish it was that easy. However, it isn't as difficult either. Guys, just pay attention to what I am telling you. In this clip, you can see a lot of micro movement. And I am doing all of this with a purpose. In the back of my mind, I know these three things. And this is what I want you to remember. SCM. S stands for space, C stands for cursor, M stands for micro movements. Now, you have to always focus on the space and then the cursor which the opponent has on his defender. That way, we are able to spot which player is he controlling. Lastly, micro movements. Now, remember, space, okay? We will use micro movements such as left stick dribbling to actually use that space. When we use that space, we will trigger a run. You can see in these clips that I'm constantly triggering runs, but I'm not doing them mindlessly. You have to have a purpose, and the purpose is to fool the opponent into thinking that we'll pass the ball, but we won't pass the ball over there. Instead, we will use these micro movements to open up the space which the opponent doesn't expect, right? See, when he has so much to think about, he will get stuck. Like you can see in this goal, I tell at least 5 people to make a run. And in the back of my mind, I do know that Maradona has tiki-taka play style. It all comes down to muscle memory. I have practiced these things enough that I am able to do it without thinking. Secondly, you are not controlling your runs. The AI won't save you. AI runs are random. If you rely on them, you'll always struggle to create space. Most players think that triggering a run is simply clicking L1. Yes, that is true. There is a difference. Mechanics in this game are very easy to learn, like clicking L1 and pointing the left stick in the direction of the player you want to make a run. He will make a run, right? That's very easy. However, the most important thing is where do you send them and actually the final pass that you play. The best attacks happen when you decide where your players go, not the AI. If you're in the midfield, trigger your strikers, run before making a pass. This forces the defense to react. Remember how I said forcing the defense to react. This is the key concept that you need to keep in your mind. Force them to react. When you trigger a run, they have to react. Like you see in this clip, I told Luis Diaz to run. He has to react. As he does so by tracking his run. I then tell Joao Neves to run, right? I end up passing the ball to Henry. Because of my initial run that I triggered towards Luis Diaz, I end up opening space for Henry and end up scoring this decisive goal. This is all you have to focus on. So by thinking like this and always moving after passing and making small adjustments, you are able to fool the opponent rather easily and open up space more consistently. You aren't hoping to create a chance. You are the one who is in control of the game and you are the one dictating where your players will make the run and how you will open up the space, and then the opponent will be fooled. You take control. Don't let the opponent take control of your attack. And now going back to my second point initially, you are not reading the opponent's cursor. You are playing blind. Where your opponent is controlling tells you everything. That tells you, okay, this is what he is expecting, right? This is how you improve anticipation. If their cursor is on a nearby defender, they are about to press. So don't dribble into them. Rather take a touch away with the left stick and pass the ball elsewhere. If their cursor is on a deeper player, that means they are passive, trying to mark a run. Don't make a through ball to that player. You have time to move into the space, walk into the space like I am walking into the space in these examples. Always glance at the cursor before making a decision. If they control a center back, bait them forward and exploit the gap behind. It is as simple as that. Remember, bait them forward and exploit the gap behind. You might not be successful the first time, you might not be successful the second time, but the third time you'll be able to create a decisive opportunity in attack. And moving on, you're not recognizing space, you're forcing the ball. Most players rush passes into crowded areas instead of looking at the open spaces. Instead of forcing the ball forward, think, where is the space? Where can I move to stretch the defense? This is why I keep saying Guys, recycle the ball. Recycle means going into the wings and pulling the ball back into the midfield. That stretches the defense. Sometimes the best move is a quick recycle pass to reset the attack and open new gaps. When the ball is in the wings, it forces the opponent to stretch his defense. And remember, before receiving the ball, scan the pitch. Ask yourself, is there a space to dribble into, or should I turn or pass? Lastly, you're not using dribbling to create space. Dribbling isn't just about skill. It's about moving defenders to open up gaps. Certain skills help too. Ball roll, strafe dribbling, and step overs can create just enough space for a pass. When receiving the ball, don't rush. Use a small touch to assess the space before making a decision. If you start applying these tricks, I promise you will notice an instant difference in your attack. Focus on this and you will not regret. Now, if you struggle to defend, check this video out here.